fallout with all these bombs and nuclear bombs, nothing can grow in that particular area. So what the comet would do, not only would it cleanse the earth, it will throw tons of ash upon the earth so that flowers can grow again, plants can grow again. And of course, it's to punish and get rid of all the bad people. And then after 3 days, St. Michael with his angels will come, gather all the demons and cast them all into hell, and they'll be chained there for a period of time. And the world will be renewed, the people will be good then, there'll be only less than 1/4 of mankind left. So our mission here is, we've been doing it for the last 25 more years, is to stop some of these chastisements or punishments that we're already getting. As you can see, we have a lot of hurricanes now, a lot of floods in areas, fires in California. This is all part of a chastising agent. But we've been holding back the punishment. These would have come back as far as 1973, the Great Chastisement. Were it not for the prayers of the sacred ground here in Flushing Meadow Park and of the thousands and thousands of people who've come since 1970 to pray the Rosary. And basically, this is what it's all about. We're trying to hold back God's avenging hand, but eventually it will come. And once the warning comes, there'll be no more delay. Then come the great sorrows. As long as we can hold the warning back, which is part one of the great punishment, when the warning comes, then we only have less than 3 years left, before the ball of redemption.
So, I'm sorry, keep going.
Go ahead.
So what can people do to, as far as in their own lives, in their daily lives, to be able to change the direction of where things are going within themselves and the greater world?
Well, what they can do, number one, Our Lady has given us sacraments. Pray the Rosary, wear your brown scapular, go to church, try to go to Mass daily, receive communion, but before that you must go to confession, make a good confession. Try to get other people to go back to the church, back to the sacraments. And this is our purpose, is to save souls. It's only through prayer, because the Lady said in the days to come, all He has given us sacraments. Pray the Rosary, wear your brown scapular, go to church, try to go to Mass daily, receive communion, but before that you must go to confession, make a good confession. Try to get other people to go back to the church, back to the sacraments. And this is our purpose, is to save souls. It's only through prayer, because the Lady said in the days to come, all we will have is prayer. Prayer, penance, sacrifice, and atonement. And by doing this, then we can save souls, we can lessen the punishments, and of course not only save our own soul, but save our families.
Now, a lot of people also are very, even within our own Catholic tradition, they take it with a grain of salt. Some are extremely skeptical. This hardness of heart, or what can be done to be able to change people whose hearts are very hard against having faith in God, or more importantly, even important Christians who are resistant to the urgings of the Blessed Mother Virgin Mary?
Well, all of these have, in that case, all we can do is pray for them. That God, by our prayers, by our good example, by our sacrifices, by our fastings and atonement, we can change the hearts of men. But everybody has a free will. God has given everybody a free will. He cannot force His will upon mankind. We have the 10 Commandments of Holy Mother Church. We have the 6 precepts, 14 dogmas. You break one commandment, you break all commandments. But what we have to do is pray for these souls. There, but for the grace of God, go on. We cannot judge, no matter how bad it is. I mean, you see all these sins, homosexuality, roaming throughout the country now. But we have to pray for these people. We must condemn the sin, but love the sinner. And it's only through prayer, only God can move the hearts of men. God, His Blessed Mother, the angels and saints. That's why we have the intercessory powers between God and man. And if we do this, then our families will be saved. Because the Lady promised that all those who come to the sacred grounds, their families will be saved. If you remain faithful and persevere to the end, you would save your own soul and save the souls of your own family. But we must wear our sacramentals, our scapulars, our miraculous medal, the rosary, pray the rosary, go to Mass daily, and receive the sacrament.
Now, what about the resistance that there seems to be even within our tradition here? Because you mentioned this to some people, and they're like, "Oh, we heard about that, but
Well, if you go back to the whole apparitions of the church, all of them were. The church is the last one that would believe in the apparitions. We always like Lourdes. It took them over 5 years to approve of Lourdes. It took them over 13 years to approve of Fatima. Even after 80,000 people saw the great miracle of the sun, it still took the church 13 years to approve of it. The church is very slow, and it has to investigate. But nowadays, within the church, you have many enemies who have infiltrated the church. Many cardinals, some of them are communist members of the Communist Party. Some belong to the Freemasons, the Grand Masters, the secret societies. You know? And that's why we have this great opposition against apparitions. And so all we have to do is pray for these priests and these cardinals that God can move their hearts, and maybe the Pope one day will investigate the shrine. But then he said it will be a great basilica built at the old Bayside ground. There will be miraculous waters like Lourdes. And here on these 6 grounds at Flushy Meadow, there will be, or what she said, an edifice, a building built in as a monument of what has took place over these, we say, what is about 30 years, nearly 33 years. Yeah, 1975 to 2008, 33 years.
33 years.
Yeah, and there will be, so all we can do is just pray, come here, and try to